When I bought this 1974 Super Beetle, my main goal was to have it running and driving by June 8th for a big car show in Niagara Falls called German Air. I wanted to drive the car from my house to Niagara Falls, which is 3.5 hours or 7 hours round trip. Today is April 24th, and that gives us roughly 1 month to have this car back together and driving. The goal seems pretty unreachable considering I have a job and a life. But I'm going to put my head down and keep trying. So far we have separated the body from the floor pan, took every nut and bolt off the body and pan, removed all suspension and driveline components for powder coating, and a bunch of new parts. Floor pans, heater channels, firewalls, and a lot of body patches. With the new pan halves installed, we need to get the metal work done on the pan so that we can get it primed and painted.
Just got home from work, finished dinner, come out to the shop because I'm under the gun. I need to get this pan flipped, and I'm not quite sure how to do it with one person. I'm thinking I'll use the engine hoist to lift one end up, use like a sling setup, and that way I can lift the other end and hopefully it'll allow me to rotate it. I don't know, I'm gonna try it out. It's only stupid if it doesn't work, so I guess we'll wait to see if it's stupid or not. And then I need to get the suspension separated, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to that tonight. I need to get this pan ready for sandblasting tomorrow night, and I do have to work tomorrow. So another late night, but I've got basically at the frame head goes out, comes around, that's the absolute tip of the pan. It's rotted out a little bit and I have to fix that. So this is awkward. And I have to fix that. I'll just hold you. Haha. So I need to cut some patches, get that all welded in, but it's much easier to do from the top side. And I have to finish up removing the e-brake cables, the clutch cable, the throttle cable, and fuel line. So I need to do all that from the top side. The bottom side is pretty much good to go. Whew. The bottom side is pretty much good to go. I cleaned up a lot of the welds last night. It looks a lot nicer. It's not perfect by any means, but it looks a lot nicer. Still a little bit more grinding to do, but this is all filled in now, so I can get my seam sealer across there nice. This still needs to be ground down. This is all cleaned up nice. That was all a big indent. Now it's all not perfect. A little bit more grinding, but I don't want to grind too much. You'd be surprised once you start welding and touching this, some of it just actually starts to disappear. So I'm a little bit nervous for what sandblasting will bring, but I wanted to get it as close as I could, at least visually, before sandblasting. I'm not sure why, but I wanted to. So with that being said, I need to try and figure out how to flip this tonight and start repairing this, because I can probably finish it tomorrow when I get off work before I bring it there. But like, I want to have those holes closed up so that I'm not just piling sand inside the pan. I'm going to try and cover all the holes for the tunnel, because I don't want a pile of sand in there. It'll just be a nightmare to, you know, find it later and try and get it out, and you'll never get it out. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to try and lift the pan by myself, flip it. It's not super heavy, but it's awkward, and I don't want it to get out of shape. So yeah, see how it goes. I've never taken this off of here either, and I do not trust those stands. So this whole operation is just not fun, because if I disconnect this and that falls, now it's on the floor. At least if it fell before, this was like it's fail safe. All right, now I gotta be super careful getting it out of here. How do I even? This is just fun. I need a bigger shop. We'll get it. We will get it. I can't do it without this, so I'm not strong enough. And I'm not big enough. It's only a couple 100 pounds, but it's awkward, so I'm gonna have to put it down, and when I put it down, it's gonna get dinged or something. We're getting close. We got parts piled up everywhere, so we're getting close. Kinda had to come out here tonight because If I don't, I'm gonna be out of time. Tomorrow it goes for blasting, and I want to cover these holes up and get these lines out so I can get it all blasted nice and not have to worry. All right, please stay there, okay? Over there. Now, don't touch the car. I want to steal this strap. It's way easier with two people, but we'll see. I don't see why it's not possible. This is my other person. It's just hard to coordinate both things at once, right? So if I lift it up, at least the front's on a bit of a platform. And I'm hoping if I loop it like this, it'll allow me to spin it. I'm doubting it. But I am also afraid if it gets too far up that it'll start sliding, but I guess we're gonna find out. I guess we'll never know. At this current point, I don't think it's high enough to lift, but my idea is hopefully I can get it a little higher. Roll the front. I'll pick the front up and roll it, and the back will come with it. I feel like it's going to be a show, but hopefully it's okay. Just go slow. Oh, this is going to hurt. I know it is. I talk a lot to myself, so the wireless mic might be good, might be bad. I don't know. Welder's kind of right in my way. Stuff on the floor. All right, let's see. Let's see what it wants to do first. Okay, just stay there. That worked pretty all right so far, knock on wood. It's sliding a little. Look at the rust coming out of it. Yeah, boy. That wasn't so bad. All these people that are afraid of it. Let's put it down. Man, this engine hoist has been awesome. I use it for everything. It's yet to lift an engine. Beautiful. That's amazing. Isn't that awesome when it works like you want to? This has got to come way up again and go back on the car like immediately. Wrap this back up around here. Beautiful. Well, there you have it. That's how you can flip your pan pretty easy. I've only got chunks of wood under the front and like a mover's dolly in the center of the tunnel. But now you can see why I don't. I'm not super impressed with the top side, but I mean, for what it is, it's not brutal. It's all uniform. But I had to tack these pans in not really a traditional way, because the way they fit on this car, it's probably because I changed the pans. These pans are for like a 69, 68 through 71, I believe. I wanted these style seats, but with me using these pans, they barely fit on the tunnel. So I had no room to actually plug weld. So I had to kind of do it this way, and I don't want to grind too much off because I'm fairly new to this. So leave it like that, seal it, and nobody will see it, but I'm not thoroughly impressed with it, put it that way. Doesn't look brutal, but it could have looked a lot nicer. That's all. And not really the biggest deal, but it's all going to be covered by sealer, but it's not the point. Everything else looks mint. I've got to take this out, fuel line, E-brake, not a clue how any of it comes out. That's my task. This is the frame head, and Dad's already cut out one side that was rotten. I still have to cut out this side and repair both. So a little bit of work to do there for sure, but that's what I need to tackle. That's like my biggest thing, because when I'm sandblasting all this, I don't want sand just to pile up everywhere. I'm gonna put this cover on and try to have this sealed up by tomorrow. So that's my goal. That's my goal for tonight, I guess, would be to cover up that hole and maybe get the other side cut out. And if I can cover it up too, then it's done. Dad gave me these a while ago, a pile of these shims, like a lot of them though, not just, you know, like a couple. And they're a bit thicker, a little bit nicer, stronger material. This frame head is a little thicker when we cut into it. So we're planning on using these, and I think I'm still going to, even though it might square it off a little bit. I think it's still going to look good. Just have to trace it out nice, cut them out, and place them along, I guess. And then bend them a little bit as I go to try to keep that same shape, make it look nice. I don't really want it to look too different, but nice job. But I feel like this material will do really good up here. So let's cut some. I did mark one, but now I've mixed them all up, so wanted to square that off. Yeah, like that fits perfect. Down here, a bit of a gap there, but I can probably just fill that in because the rest of it fits minty. So if I cut a line, I feel like I'm going to play it safe and go high anyways, because that's probably a little better. Oh, just stay right there. That's not bad. The next piece is going to be tricky with that hump, but come on. I'm shit with my left hand. Ow. Right there is popcorn, weird. I think I got it. I think I got it. Okay. It is not perfect by any means, but all the gaps are filled. It's still smoking. And yeah, hopefully a quick little grind on that. See? And it should retain the same shape because I bent it as I did it. And yeah, that's beauty. That is a beauty. Bill Nye Delete kit. Just finished welding up the frame head. I don't know, I think I'm getting better, but you guys will be the judge, eh? So I've cleaned up a little bit of the driver's side. It's welded in, and I cleaned it up. I need more of these belts here so I can clean up that bottom ledge, and that works great for that bottom ledge. So I'm just going to get more belts, then I can clean that bottom ledge up, but the rest of it's looking pretty slick. And then I cut that out, and I also welded it in. It didn't weld very nice, but it welded. So just have to clean that up now. Cover this up. E-brake cables. So you can see here, I'll show it again because I don't like it anyways, but all the tacks that hold the pan in. Oops. It's not very pretty, but I mean, it does the job, and it's all uniform. So sealer's going to cover it. And then I've got a little bit of fixing up around here to do. I might do that tonight, I guess. That's a little hole. So get that fixed up, and then I think tomorrow at like lunch, I'm going to try and quit work and come home. Get this thing a little bit better sealed. Whatever I don't get done tonight, I'll try to get in tomorrow, and then sandblasting at like 5:30 in the afternoon. We're just going to throw this pan in the back of Dad's pickup truck and take it over 10 minutes down the road to a auto body shop that's going to let me use their sandblaster and clean this thing up. Then I can bring it back and finish whatever I need to finish welding, because I'm sure we're going to find some surprises when we sandblast it. So yeah, I'm pretty much on to tomorrow now. So yeah, because it's already 10:30 at night, so I don't want to keep going all night long every night. Be nice, I guess, but I'm not Superman. This is pretty good for tonight. I will continue grinding tomorrow, and e-brake cables tomorrow, throttle cable, fuel line, and then I'm gonna cover a bunch of holes and off to sandblasting it goes. So yeah, we will catch you tomorrow.
Okay, so it's Thursday, and I have sent the body shop guy a text, but really haven't got anything back yet. So we're just gonna wing it and throw the pan in the truck, and hopefully he's still there. Hopefully we can still get this done. Yeah, so we'll wait and see, but for now, put the pan in the truck. Okay, we're almost there. Yeah, he finally just shot me a text back saying we're all good to go. Just everything last minute. I've personally never sandblasted before. A lot of this is new to me, so it's kind of neat to try things and to see how it goes and to get better at it. So I would love to do it, but I mean, it'd probably be a better job if he did it, because he probably does it all the time. So we shall see. We're just pulling up now. Not quite sure where we're going. Oh yeah, I see sand. Yeah. So we've got to unload the pan, then move the truck so we don't get anything on the truck. And I guess they're gonna come out and help, so that's awesome. Don't want to damage anything. Mint. So we're gonna unload it and then watch the whole process. What is that thing? Whoa. Check it out. I'm gonna in a minute. I'll get this unloaded. That's
1956. Honestly, it's probably just as easy to just drop it on the ground and I'll blast top side, flip it over, blast bottom side.
Oh yeah? Okay. Whatever works, yeah.
It'd either be that, or I do have a couple of racks, like those style of racks, that you could set it on that sits up a little bit higher. You tell us.
Yeah, whatever works for you. I mean, I've never
I'll just blast it on the ground.
new to
Deal.
this, so.
I don't want to scratch your truck to shit. Hey there.
How are ya?
Wonderful.
That works pretty good. Yeah, I got one of them. All right, so we got her all set up on stands here now, and he's gone around and taped off a couple things, and we're just getting ready to clean it up. Finally, we burnt this lens on the camera actually, so when I take the lens outside, it causes some issues. So I hope I'm not causing too many issues, but we'll see. We'll see when we get home, I guess.
I learned from my mistakes.
The prep, yeah. That's what we were just talking about, how much sand's gonna be in the thing. So,
Ought to be loaded.
I mean, try and avoid just piling it in it if you can, but I hope not. No, we have a welder.
That's right. Have a welder you can fix it.
Yeah, don't look at this side. I don't know what happened there. It almost looks like the gas ran out in the welder. It did not work out. We're sitting here while the sandblasting is going on, and we can hear a helicopter in the distance. There's a landing pad right over behind these trees. Here it comes. Where is it? It's looking pretty mint. How's it going? Good? Okay. It's good. It's good. No. No, this can stay for sure.
I've been blasting around it for
yeah.
now. This one did get chewed apart a bit.
That's fine. You can take some of it if you want. You can, if it'll do it, then if not, don't worry about it.
Yeah, that one it's stripping it right
this
off.
looks.
This one it didn't want to take off.
That's fine. Yeah.
Right
this
off.
one's good, so leave it. That one's kind of. I've already talked about that on camera too. That I wanted to do something with it, just didn't know what to do with it. But oh, there it is. There it is. We were just talking about it. It's like it's one thing to see a helicopter, a certain level of respect, and it's another to know like this is a bad situation. So it's like, but that's a big ass helicopter, man. It's coming for sure.
Blasted up really nice.
That's what we like. That's what we want to hear. It's too bright out here, so.
Spots that aren't the best. Like this shit is like a silicone shit. The blaster don't like that, so
okay.
You'll have to scrape that off type deal. But other than that, it's doing a pretty good job.
This looks awesome.
Same with like this stuff too. Some of this.
Yeah, I meant to do that honestly, but just didn't get there. So.
I didn't want to go ripping a bunch of stuff off of it though.
Nope, this is wicked. This is awesome. Now, yeah, when we first got here, this is what I was drooling over. This is wicked. I've never seen anything like it. It's a pickup. What brand is it? Austin.
1956 Austin A35 pickup.
A35 pickup. That's wild.
And make fun of me all you want for the band, but everyone I
Is it? It's all good. Is it a runner, driver?
Yep.
Really,
Yep.
eh?
Runs in, drives, stops, everything. Check this little fucker out.
That's wild.
Oh, come on, why bother? Imagine a big V8 in this thing. You pull up in Peterborough or somewhere at a stoplight.
Wow.
Boom, 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 boom. Fucking lawnmower motor.
That's wild. I love it though. You almost look like you're what's the Grinch? The Grinch cars.
Not far off. That's pretty cool. Even like these lights and everything, they just pop on. They don't hold on to anything. You can grab this light, pull on it, and it's gonna fall off.
Wow, eh? Just the wheel.
That's pretty neat.
That's really neat. I like it.
It's got a few. Can either of you guess how you put the windows down?
No.
Probably slide.
Just no way.
Yeah.
Really, eh? So simple.
That's what the lady wanted. So
That's awesome.
she didn't want the inside.
I personally don't like the color scheme. I think just green and black would have been fine.
Well, I
Yeah.
could have done without the red.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red.
Or had the red come down to the black. That would have been okay too.
On the inside, that you gotta wedge your arm way up in. Yeah.
That was all you. That's really cool.
Unique, you never see them.
There's under 30 in Canada.
Is there?
Wow, eh?
Yeah, stuff like that interests me.
I just love how tiny it is. The entire car is on camera. From here. Or truck, whatever it is. Call it a truck.
My brother-in-law's got a 65 Datsun pickup.
That's sweet.
These were originally made for contractors.
It's a nice
So
little
they
truck.
got all the tools and everything in them back here. And it had a cap that came across here. And it was 2 or 3 years after they started making these, insurance companies decided they were a car, not a truck. Insurance skyrocketed and they quit making them because no one could pay the insurance.
Wow.
Flip up or how does it?
They were originally meant to be
That's really cool.
I don't know.
Yeah. Never seen anything
There's
like it, that's
supposed to
for
be a
sure.
cap that goes on, and if you look in pictures, there's a cap that sits right here.
The pan isn't giant. We only went through 3 bags of sand and we completely stripped the top and bottom sides. This removes all the old paint, sealer, or really anything that's on the metal and gives you a good bare surface to paint from. And it also allows you to see if there's any major repair spots that need to be dealt with before painting.
Because this is me. I want to try a little bit at the end.
As I said before, I want to try as much as I can when it comes to rebuilding this car. So I figured I'd ask if I could give the Sandblaster a go. I know it's a simple tool, but I just wanted to try it and get the experience.
Okay, that's what I was assuming, but... Pretty simple first. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Want a pair of gloves?
Yeah, gloves would be smart.
It's gonna pop.
I'll just do a little bit because I want to try. I'll give it a break.
Oh, they're fucking talented.
It does just pepper you. It does just pepper you.
Oh yeah. That's why you see me holding the mask down sometimes.
Yeah,
so
it comes up for sure.
You're technically supposed to be wearing a full suit when you sandblast. I don't.
It's
We
stuck-
do have it.
it's stuck on.
No. Yeah, it always is.
Yeah, honestly, it's difficult to see. Yeah, you kind of gotta get on it, I think. But
It's not the most fun job, but being the new guy, I do a whole lot of it.
it's not bad. It comes off fairly easy. It's still like yeah, it's not fun, but
It does come off pretty easy.
it's
not
way
bad
better
at
than a
all.
wire wheel.
Oh fuck yeah.
Right?
Way fucking better than a wire wheel.
No, I feel like my eyelids.
Have you helped you any? I don't think you can pay me enough to do this with a wire wheel, and I do it with a sandblaster, hands down.
Yeah, no, that's
Definitely still could have done it and made it look good, but
I got to try it a little bit. It's not as fun as you would think. It definitely comes up underneath the mask and gets in your every crevice. But he's a trooper for sure. It's pretty chilly over here since the sun went down, but it looks so different. It's just a little bit different blasting. I think we're on like bag 5 of sand now, and it looks so different, so much better, so much easier to paint. What bag are we on now?
this would be bag 3.
That's pretty good. And top
I
sides.
think this will do it all. I think this last go should do it all. If not, I'll just
I'm loving it, man. This is making my life so much easier, and yeah, it's just, and like I said, by the end of the weekend I'll send you a picture. It'll look mint.
Before you paint it, I
Like
would
tiger
recommend
stripes, because I'm
scuffing it too.
fucking nude.
Scuff all the bare metal before you do
Oh yeah,
paint it.
yeah. I got all the proper stuff. I just I'm new to the whole. My dad's got the whole setup.
All the air masks.
Yeah, and the guns and the smaller compressor. I have a big compressor. I don't have a regulator on it, so he's gonna bring over a smaller compressor to help dial it down. And he's painted, like, he has a Beetle himself, and he painted it in the driveway. Yeah, one night just drinking, painted it in the driveway, and it's still, it looks mint.
Wow.
Yeah, so like, you know
what? Some of the best paint jobs out there have come just like that.
and as I was growing up, he did, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them in the driveway, just half in the bag.
Wow.
Yeah, and like some of them were show, you know, like really good, but he still had problems with them, and like everybody does. But
You're going to, like, we're
in the
we're
driveway
on
at
shop.
home, he did really good for in the driveway at home.
All right, I am freezing, as you can probably tell, and we are on our last round of sandblasting. We just flipped the pan and loaded up one more bag, so we can finally get the bottom side all cleaned up, and then load this thing back up and head home, because it's really, and I feel bad, but he's like, this is his time to work on his race car, and he's helping me out, so he's got to work on his race car, because he's got a race next weekend, or this weekend, test and tune. If you don't know what a sandblaster does, it just takes bags of sand, fine particles of sand, and shoots it through a hose at a high compression with air behind it, so it chips away at anything it hits. If you don't know what that is, that's the simplest explanation I can give you, but it works fantastic. This thing looks amazing, and it's basically ready for paint now. He says the best step would be to epoxy it first, then prime it. They do that with all their bare metal, but that'll probably be my plan too, but I'll figure that out when I get home and get to actually look at this. I'll leave it outside, I guess, clean the garage, then bring it in, but we're almost done now. Sun's going down. Yeah, getting chilly.
Dad had this done years ago on his, but they epoxied it at the same time. And of course it was what, 25 bucks to get it done? No, it was 200 back then, but I just got quoted, what, $850 to have this sandblasted and fully coated. Not painted, just coated. $850.
Try and blow some of the sand away.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sand for sure. But she looks great. Wow. Wow. That's a huge help. So now they're gonna blow it off and then try to clear the tunnel out of whatever sand and stuff is in there. And then hopefully the drive home takes out the rest. But it won't, because we're always gonna have sand in there now, according to Dad. And I can see it's possible because it's everywhere. Everywhere. That's the hard part, because when you do all the blasting, you're bound to get a lot of sand in the tunnel. It's just a hollow tube, so that'll be my chore.
Paint on it, and you go one pass like this and hit the hole the right way, and out comes all the sand.
Yep. So I'll sit at home for a little while and try to get most of it out. We'll see what happens, but that's way nicer. That's awesome. So 3 bags, we said?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Now we know 3 bags for the next pan, because they're all the same. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a good ballpark on everything that has to do with this, you know.
It's
been
call it 4 to be safe.
It's been a nightmare.
With the pan completely sandblasted and ready to go home to be inspected, repaired, and painted, we threw it back in the truck and headed for some supper.
This thing will rip, remember? It's like a pop can.
Oh, it's an aluminum box side. Oh my god.
Is it aluminum?
If it is, it is.
Yeah.
Don't destroy it.
No.
Do not hit anything.
No,
with your
because you
box.
can't fix it.
You can't fix them. There's
You're
no
toast.
fixing on them. If it cracks, you're fucked. You're replacing a whole box. I'm letting you do that.
I know.
I don't want to scrape anything.
Alright, we're there.
Yeah, I wonder. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
You guys have a great day. Take it easy.
You too.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I will. I'll come see you in the morning. But thanks, buddy.
Yep.
Really saved me a lot. Yep. Very nice meeting you. Have fun working on your car, and good luck with this weekend. Yeah. Well, good luck with testing too, at least. I don't blame you. All right, I'll see you in the morning. Of course, we had to stop for some food. And who called? What do you think? Worth it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was what, 2 hours, and we got dinner to have this all sandblasted. So yeah, saved us a lot of time and a giant mess. I still got to deal with this here. Probably just gonna peel it all up and then look for a replacement piece. But and I got to take the e-brake cables out, clutch cable. We found a couple more spots up front that aren't very great. You haven't seen them yet, but buddy with the sandblaster found them, so have to deal with them. But I mean, ultimately it was a good choice. I'd say the sandblasting was definitely needed, and yeah, without it, it would have been a nightmare in the wire wheel. So awesome. Definitely found some surprises. We'll go over it in a bit, but we're just getting home, just finished supper, so, and here comes the dog. All right, guys, we're back in the shop and it's Saturday. We got to get this pan painted, so we have to figure out and finish up some metal work up on the frame head, and we have to remove the old seat brackets, because we're going with these ones now, so we can remove those ones. Couple things to finish up on the pan: clean the pan up, do some grinding, a little bit of welding. Then we got to move the body over to this side, pan over to that side, so that we can section off the garage and actually paint this thing either tonight or tomorrow. I'm gonna say at this point tomorrow, because I spent the morning filming a mud bog in town. So I'm gonna say tomorrow, but try and get as much done as I can today, set everything up, and then tomorrow she gets sprayed. So yeah, Dad's here, and we're just getting to it. But it is the afternoon, so yeah, he's a little bit short-tempered, I think, because I was busy all morning and he wanted to work on this, and so we're gonna try and get going on it now and see what happens. But we got to just clean up that frame and then paint. Now, because it's bare metal, we are going to have to epoxy primer, then paint this. But we are going to use what, etching primer, I believe, to coat all the bare metal and get this thing like in one state of primer. And then beyond that, we have jet black. This is going all jet black, so we'll see how it turns out. I've never sprayed anything, but I picked up these from Canadian Tire. So I have a clear coat. That's the jet black itself, and that's a primer. I don't think I'm going to use this primer. we're gonna use some of this stuff. It's so old, it's rusty. So to spray the pan, we will be using this as an etching primer. It's some rusty, really old stuff my dad had. And that is supposed to be good for all this bare metal. And then we can go from there. But, yep, this is what we're using. I've cut both ends. This end is cut, and this end is cut. But silly me didn't even look in the middle. They've mounted a bolt and then ground the head off, probably welded it. So I'll just get the Sawzall, chop that bolt off, and see if it releases it. Yeah, buddy, did that ever release it? Holy snap. Alright, so I got the old seatbelt brackets out. Now it's time to move on to the frame head, clean all that up. There's a couple soft spots we uncovered when we were sandblasting, so clean that up and weld all those spots up and then clean it up again. You know, keep cleaning. Okay, Dad is getting some of the welding done on the pan, just fixing up a little bit of spots. We have got the e-brake removed. The cables just undo there and pull out the back. Clutch cable, throttle cable was already undone up front, and then it just pulled out the back. I got this off, still need to wipe it down, but I scraped it all, so that's all off. Ground up the where the seat belts go, or the old seatbelt brackets went, ground that all up nice. Yeah, just cleaning up the rest of the seam sealer and filling the rest of these little spots, and then it's time to clean it up, get it ready.
At this point, with the pan sandblasted, we wanted to fix all the little things and remove all the remaining stuff that was on top even after sandblasting.
We are slightly cheating here. In a couple of the more important spots that we want, we are adding just a skim of Bondo just to give that paint the extra, you know, finish it deserves. But essentially that's all getting seam sealed. Like everywhere is getting seam sealed that we've touched, so it doesn't have to be perfect because it's not going to be visible, but we wanted it as good as it can get, obviously. You know, just trying to make everything as nice as we can before paint. So a little skim of Bondo isn't going to hurt anyone. Yes, it's cheating, but Dad says everybody does it.
Doesn't make it right, but everybody does it.
Right. I've actually never used Bondo.
Haven't you?
Never. See, so just a touch up here. That was at the previous, like the previous owner, I would assume, was the one who actually welded that and connected it. We just cleaned it up because it was not that nice. That's my main thing on the bottom of the pan, is like I've already said to you, but I like the crisscrosses when it's all painted, but this has got to look nice. And I mean, we had it pretty close. Okay, after a bunch of love and sanding and, you know, taking the finish off these pans, cleaning up all that that little bit of Bondo that we put on there, we are just about ready now. The bottom side has been degreased and wiped down, and we're just starting to clean up actually. So we've got to flip the body over here, the pan over there, vapor barrier up, and then put a fan out that window, and hopefully it works good, but we'll see. So that's what we're up to now. Now the pan is prepped. Well, at least the bottom side, we got to flip it and degrease the top side. So I guess do that now.
I have vacuumed and blown out this pan several times since its return from sandblasting, and it's still coming out of every hole I can find, no matter how hard I try to get rid of it. Dad says the sand will always be there.
That's just sand. that came out of the tunnel as I was blowing it off, and there's still a lot more on the ground. But that's how much. And we drove home. He blew it out there, and we drove home and everything, and still that amount comes out plus more. And there's still a bunch in there. Like, we can't get everything out. All you can do is try and try and try, and like Dad says, you're still gonna have that for years to come.
Yep. Yep, Georgia will have it.
Yeah. Now our next dilemma is really, how do we move the body over here? Basically, you just gotta brute force and probably just carry it over, but how do we carry it over and move the stands at the same time? So we're gonna have to use the engine hoist a little bit here to help us out, but it's just, we just got to make it happen. So it's almost time to finally paint though, or at least prime, not paint, but almost. It's been a long road here, long week, a lot of hoops to jump through to make it happen, so it feels kind of good to get to this point. So just got to move the car now. That's our biggest hurdle.
When it came to moving the body, I assumed we would just lift it, and boy was I wrong. It's pretty heavy with all the windows and little things still attached, so we decided to shim it across the beam that we had connected to the rafters, and we also had to use the engine hoist on the rear end. That way, once we got it into rough position, we could lower it down and get it into a bit more of a safer spot so that we don't knock it off those flimsy stands.
Okay, so we finally got the Beetle moved over, which is just enough room for us to actually make a little divider here and separate this room so we can paint over here and leave the bug over there. So we've hung up a 2x4, and then we've got our 2x6 on the rafters. So we're going to actually hang the pan on its side so that we can try and spray the full thing kind of one go. Obviously we're gonna miss a couple spots, but gives us a better shot of kind of getting the full thing at one go. So we've hung up some straps, and we've got our boards up there, and now we're just gonna, I guess, put some vapor barrier up and staple it up, and then yeah.
Where are you going?
Okay, we have our little crack house set up. And the pan is over there. We've got it all stapled around the ceiling and the walls. And we're just getting set up because my compressor is too big and doesn't have a regulator on it. So we're gonna use a smaller compressor that Dad brought over. And Dad's brought over all the guns and stuff to make this happen because I don't have any of it. So this one's on you. So if it doesn't stick or it screws up, this is on you because I know nothing about it.